Ever wonder how a kid from Houston turned a mosh pit into a masterpiece? How one artist could make chaos sound so incredibly beautiful? Today, we're diving deep into the world of Jacques Berman Webster II, better known as the one and only Travis Scott. His music feels like a riot and a dream all at once, a sonic roller coaster that's taken the world by storm. But behind the rage, behind the autotune, and behind the legendary Ad Libs, is a creative visionary completely obsessed with control. This is the story of how Travis Scott became one of the most influential and enigmatic artists of his generation. Born in Houston, Texas, young Jacques grew up in Missouri City, a middle-class suburb. It wasn't exactly the hood, as he'd later clarify, but it was a world away from the stadiums he now sells out. His family had a strong musical background. His dad was a soul musician and his grandfather was a jazz composer. From a young age, Travis was soaking it all in, learning drums and piano. But he wasn't interested in following a traditional path. He was drawn to the raw, rebellious energy of artists like Kid Cudi, whose music felt like an escape, a portal to another dimension. This inspiration would become the bedrock of his own sound. He started producing and rapping in high school, forming groups with his friends. But Travis had a singular vision that couldn't be contained. He knew he was destined for something bigger. So, he made a bold move. He dropped out of the University of Texas at San Antonio, a decision that deeply disappointed his parents. They cut him off financially, hoping he'd come back to his senses. But for Travis, there was no turning back. He packed his bags and headed to New York City with a dream and little else, crashing on friends' couches and spending countless hours in studios, honing his craft. New York was tough, but it was also where the seeds of his future began to sprout. He connected with influential figures in the music industry, but his real breakthrough came when he moved to Los Angeles. An email to an industry vet eventually landed his music in the hands of T.I., the king of Atlanta trap. T.I. was impressed. Soon after, a message from none other than Kanye West's engineer led to Travis being flown out to work on Kanye's G.O.D. music compilation album, Cruel Summer. This was his entry into the big leagues. He was now in the room with his idols, not just as a fan, but as a creator. His early mixtapes, like Owl Pharaoh and Days Before Rodeo, were raw, experimental, and unlike anything else out there. They were dark, atmospheric, and full of the Ad Libs and energetic flows that would become his signature. While they didn't blow up commercially overnight, they built a cult following. The kids who felt like outsiders, the ones who wanted music that matched their own chaotic energy, found a hero in Travis Scott. He was building his own world, one track at a time. Then came Rodeo in 2015, his debut studio album. It was a statement, with tracks like Antidote, which started as a SoundCloud bluesy and became a surprise top 20 hit. Travis proved he could craft massive hits without sacrificing his unique sound. The album was a sprawling cinematic experience, featuring a star-studded cast of guests. It felt less like a rap album and more like an epic film score for a late-night adventure. He wasn't just a rapper anymore. He was a conductor of beautiful noise, a curator of vibes. But if Rodeo was the introduction, Astroworld was the coronation. Released in 2018, the album was a cultural phenomenon. Named after a defunct Houston amusement park he loved as a child, Astroworld was Travis's attempt to bring back that feeling of joy, wonder, and thrilling danger, and he succeeded beyond anyone's wildest dreams. The album debuted at number 1, propelled by the monster hit Sicko Mode, a 3-part musical journey that broke every rule of song structure. Astroworld wasn't just an album, it was an immersive universe. It earned him Grammy nominations and cemented his status as a global superstar. So, how does this translate into dollars and cents? From a college dropout cut off by his parents, Travis Scott's net worth is now estimated to be around $80 million. But that number almost feels secondary. His real wealth is his brand. He's a marketing genius. His collaborations are legendary, not just for the products, but for the hype. Think about it. The Nike sneakers that sell out in seconds. The McDonald's meal that caused supply shortages. The virtual concert in Fortnite that was attended by over 12 million players. He doesn't just endorse products. He creates cultural moments. He's turned his name, his rage ethos, into a multi-million-dollar empire that extends far beyond music. If you're finding this story as fascinating as I am, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're always diving into the stories behind the icons, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Your support helps us keep making these deep dives. Now, back to the world of La Flame. What truly sets Travis apart is his obsession with the details. This is the control part of the equation. He's not just the guy in the vocal booth. He's the architect of his entire world. From the album art to the stage design, from the music videos to the merchandise, every single element is meticulously curated to fit his aesthetic. His live shows are a perfect example. They aren't just concerts. They are full sensory experiences. The pyrotechnics, the roller coaster stage props, the sheer, unadulterated energy, it's all designed to transport the audience directly into the world he's built. He is the director, producer, and star of his own blockbuster franchise. This level of control is born from a relentless pursuit of perfection. He's known for being a demanding collaborator, pushing everyone around him to match his creative intensity. Some might call it difficult, but for Travis, it's about realizing a vision that exists so clearly in his mind. He's not just making songs, he's crafting soundscapes. He treats the studio like a laboratory, experimenting with textures, vocal effects, and beat switches until he lands on something that feels entirely new. That auto-tuned melodic mumble isn't a crutch. It's an instrument he plays with virtuosic skill, adding layers of emotion and atmosphere. Of course, with great fame and influence comes great scrutiny. The rage that defines his music and performances has also led to controversy, most notably the tragic events at the Astroworld Festival in 2021. It is a devastating chapter in his story that raises complex questions about crowd control, artist responsibility, and the very nature of the high-energy culture he's cultivated. The incident has undeniably cast a shadow and forced a re-examination of the fine line between exhilarating chaos and genuine danger. It is a part of his legacy that see and be ignored, and is still being processed by him, his fans, and the world. So where does Travis Scott go from here? His latest album, Utopia, was another massive success, showcasing a more mature, experimental, and introspective sound while still delivering the sonic thrills his fans crave. It proved that even after years at the top, he's still pushing boundaries, still unwilling to play it safe. He continues to evolve, to absorb new influences, and to reshape the sound of modern music. From a kid making beats in his bedroom in Missouri City to a global icon shaping culture, the journey of Travis Scott is a testament to the power of a singular vision. He is a rebel who broke the rules of hip-hop, a perfectionist who micromanages every detail, and an artist who made chaos sound beautiful. He taught a generation that music isn't just something you listen to. It's something you feel, something you experience. Whether you're a die-hard fan or just a curious observer, you have to admit, the world he's built is unlike any other. It's a wild ride, and it seems like it's far from over. Thanks so much for hanging out and exploring the world of Travis Scott with me. What's your favorite Travis track or moment? Let me know down in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribed so you don't miss our next story. Until then, keep it locked. Peace.